forest exhaled as we sat on the tailgate, the fire's glow flickering across our faces, casting long shadows into the night. The spotter's voice crackled through the radio, sharp and urgent. Movement on the ridge. Big group. Moving fast. Our tired eyes met, and without a word, we were back on our feet, rifles in hand, dogs pacing eagerly at our sides. The moonlight bathed the valley in a silver glow, but the ridge ahead was a maze of shadows and jagged rocks. This wasn't going to be easy. We'd already taken down 21 boars, a haul most hunters would call legendary. But that primal instinct, the one that pulls you deeper into the wild, urged us to keep going. The day wasn't over yet. We climbed the slope, legs burning from a full day of relentless pursuit. Loose gravel slid under our boots, and thorny vines snagged at our jackets, slowing us down. The dogs, though, were unstoppable, their noses hugging the ground, tails stiff, growling low as they caught the scent. We trusted them completely. They'd led us to every kill so far, and they weren't about to let us down now. As we crested the ridge, we crouched low, scanning the basin below. The moonlight revealed a herd of wild boars, 20, maybe 25 strong, moving like a living tide through the tall grass. Some were young, quick, and skittish. Others were older, their massive shoulders rippling with muscle. But one stood out. A colossal alpha male, his tusks glinting like knives, pacing at the herd's edge. He wasn't just big, he was a king, a survivor of countless seasons, and he knew we were close. "Spread out," I whispered, my breath fogging in the cold. Sam nodded, moving left with his rifle ready. Edric flanked right, his silhouette blending into the trees. Tim stayed back, covering the high ground with his scope. The dogs trembled with anticipation, but we held them back. One wrong move, and this herd would scatter a worse charge. The wind was in our favor, carrying our scent away from the boars. I raised my rifle, the crosshairs settling on the alpha's broad chest. My heart pounded, but my hands were steady. Years of hunting had taught me to block out everything but the shot. I exhaled slowly and squeezed the trigger. The crack of the rifle shattered the silence. The alpha jerked, spun, and let out a guttural roar that echoed across the basin. The herd exploded into chaos, boars scattering in every direction, their hooves thundering against the earth. I fired again, clipping the alpha's flank, but he didn't slow. Sam's rifle barked twice, dropping two smaller boars that tried to break through the undergrowth. Edric's shot rang out from the right, felling another that charged toward the trees. The alpha, though, was still moving, his massive frame barreling toward a thicket. Tim's voice crackled in my earpiece. He's circling back. "Hold steady." I reloaded, my fingers moving on instinct, and tracked the beast through my scope. The moonlight betrayed him, his shadow clear against the grass. I fired again, catching his shoulder. He stumbled, roared, and kept coming. Sam stepped forward, his rifle flashing in the dark. 2 shots, chest and neck. The alpha finally dropped, the ground shaking as his 200-kilo frame hit the dirt. The dogs reached him first, barking wildly. Circling the fallen giant dot, we approached slowly, our breaths heavy, adrenaline still surging. Up close, he was even more impressive. A thick neck scarred from old battles, tusks long and curved, eyes still fierce even in death. This wasn't just a kill, it was a trophy, a testament to the wild's raw power. It took all 4 of us, grunting and straining, to drag him onto the sled. The rest of the herd had vanished into the night, but we'd taken down 5 more boars in that chaotic clash, bringing our total to 26. The firelight from our small camp flickered as we took a moment to catch our breath. The dogs were restless again, sniffing the wind, their ears twitching. The spotter's voice came through the radio once more. Fresh tracks, lower marshes. Near the old bridge. The marshes were different beast-thick reeds. Soft mud that sucked at your boots, and visibility cut to almost nothing. But we didn't hesitate. We reloaded, checked our gear, and moved out, the dogs leading the way. The air grew heavier as we descended, the scent of damp earth and decay filling our lungs. The collapsed wooden bridge loomed ahead, its rotten beams half submerged in the murky water. The dogs froze, noses down, growling softly. Something was close. A rustle in the reeds snapped us to attention. 3 boars burst out, smaller but fast, their eyes glinting in the beam of our flashlights.
If you'll enjoy this video, please like and subscribe my channel for more information.